Hey, good day, my beautiful children. Today is Wednesday, May the 20th. Can that be right? I think that's right. And today is our last day. We're not supposed to give anything new after today's date. So, those of you that have missing work, you guys have a week to make that up, and you get full credit if you do it. And do it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, no excuse, get it done. I have no interest in seeing you do poorly over the shutdown. That shouldn't happen to anybody. But if you don't do any of the work, I can't put in any grades. And so my hands are kind of tied. So if you have makeup work, please do it. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you guys. I want you to do well. I mean, the least I can do is help you guys achieve greatness during this shutdown. Anyway, on our last day here together, I wanted to show you guys some websites that I have really enjoyed when it comes to movies. Okay, so here are just a few of them. And many of you already know some of these. So the first one I want to show you is the Internet Movie Database, which is imdb.com. If you've never used this before, this is really good for kind of all things movies. Um, you name it, they got it. So if you want a synopsis of a movie that you're looking into, or if you want to see trailers of new movies, or if you want information on different actors or people that you're interested in, this has got all of it. So I'll just give you an example here. So as you well know, one of my favorite movies I've mentioned many times is Pulp Fiction. So I'll just type in Pulp Fiction here, and you see it immediately pops up with the movie and a bunch of other stuff. And you click on the title of the movie, it'll take you to it. You got your trailer and a movie poster, and it gives you immediate information such as who directed it, Tarantino, and who wrote it, Tarantino, and other people, and then who's in it, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. It gives you your full cast and crew, and then it has videos linked to it of different clips. It's got the full cast you see here, and then frequently asked questions. It's got links to movies that are similar to it, and synopsis, plot, trivia, which is kind of fun. It gives you all kinds of background information about the movie. It gives you goofs if you're into that, like in scene whatever they were supposed to do this, but they did that, or there's a accidental placement of a prop or a boom mic shows up, or stupid stuff. It's also got the rating for it and why it's rated, and then it's got a parental guide. Not that you guys would care, but it's got a parental guide that tells you all the different things that are sketchy in the movie for kids to see. And it's also got a bunch of quotes. It's got quotes and other things, and then there's also reviews, user reviews, and you can get on and chat with other fans of the movie. So it's pretty cool. Rotten Tomatoes is a fairly similar site to this, but I like IMDb. For me, I'm used to using it. So uh, another cool thing is if you look at actors, for example, if I go to Will Ferrell here and check up on him, it will give you everything this man has ever done. That includes writing, producing, if he directed anything. It's also got anything he has done in TV, including appearances on late night shows and talk shows and stuff. Um, Apparently, you can also get contact info for these people if you want to try and contact them, which is pretty cool. And his filmography, which includes movies that are in production that he hasn't done yet. So for this one, he's producing a movie called Bad Blood. It's been announced they haven't started shooting it yet. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared. He's producing that too. And then all of these, it tells you what he's doing. Looks like he's working as a producer. I don't see much acting for these yet. or maybe he's acting and producing. Anyway, it's kind of cool, and it gives you a link to all of his different movies. And um, I need to read this article, Why the Downhill Cast Will Never Work Together, because I just watched this movie and it was hot garbage. They marketed it as a comedy, and it is absolutely not a comedy. It's a very dramatic story of a marriage gone wrong. But that's how they get you, you guys. All right, so that's imdb.com. Here's another one that I really enjoy, and this is the American Film Institute. So afi.com. And anybody can be a member, become a member of the American Film Institute, but the governing board is made up of actors and directors and writers, people that work in Hollywood. And they do pretty cool things, like they have screenings of classic movies all across the country. And then the other thing that they really do that I love is every 10 years or so, they will put out lists. And I'm a big list guy. They'll put out lists of what they consider to be their best movies, or the 100 best quotes, or the 100 best superheroes or villains and things like that. And so you can see, like, here are their festivals and the awards and all this other stuff, but here are their lists. And this is why I think you guys would like it. So one of the best lists they have is 100 Years, 100 Movies. And this is their take on the greatest, what they think are the greatest 100 movies in American film of all time. And they've done this list twice now. Um, and actually, they're due pretty soon for another list. But if you want to see, um, Citizen Kane is their favorite movie, or the best movie, they say. And The Godfather, Casablanca, I've seen all those. Raging Bull, I haven't seen yet. Singing in the Rain is a musical, which I think I've seen. Um, Gone with the Wind, seen it. Lawrence of Arabia, I don't think I've ever seen that. That's an epic about World War One, a guy in the Middle East. Schindler's List, I've seen. Vertigo, I've seen. That's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. And The Wizard of Oz, I've obviously seen. So, I've seen like 8 of the 10 greatest movies of all time, allegedly. But anyway, if you want to look through that, that's kind of cool. And you can check out all the ones that you've seen. They also have some other, they break it down by genre. So they've got the 100 best comedies of all time. They've got the 100 greatest horror movies of all time. I mentioned, they've got the, let's see, there's their quotes, the 100 greatest quotes of all time. Here's their heroes and villains list. They've got the 100 greatest songs in movies. So this is kind of a fun website if you're into lists like I am, or ranking things, or having arguments with your friends or possibly enemies about what you think is the best movie or whatever. This is a good one for you. All right. The other two aren't really websites. These are more on YouTube. And so we're going to jump there. And I want to just show you a couple of these. So there's two series on YouTube that I really think are amazing. And I think you guys would like. One of them is called 30-Second Bunny Theater, and that's exactly what it is. So it's all your favorite movies that you've ever seen redone in 30 seconds with bunnies as actors, cartoon rabbits. What's not to love, right? So let's see. I'll do 30-Second Bunny Theater of a movie we've all seen. We'll do Jaws. Everybody's seen Jaws, I would assume.
You yell shark, and we've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July. This shark, swallow your whole.
My boy is dead.
What we are dealing with is an eating machine. Those beaches stay open. Shark, oh my God, shark! Martin, it's just a hoax. Hey, fellas, look! You're gonna need a bigger boat. Show me the way to go home. Smile, you son of a... I used to hate the water. Can't imagine why.
There you go. What's not to love, right? And they've got pretty much every blockbuster you could think of. They did, and it's pretty funny. And then the last one is howitshouldhaveended.com. And that's also self-explanatory. It's all your favorite movies and how they think it should have ended. So if you type in Hishe, and do like, Titanic is a classic. It gives you, these are a little bit longer. I won't watch the whole thing with you, but it's another funny take, and it's animated on how your favorite movies probably should have ended, based instead of how they actually did end.
Oi! Knock it off, you two! If you keep making out like that, we're not gonna notice if any icebergs get too close. Oh, bollocks. You see what you did?
Yeah. So you can watch the whole thing, and it's funny. Whatever. All right. Last thing here before I sign off. Here are some movies I think you should watch in no particular order this summer. Pulp Fiction, if you haven't seen it, fantastic Quentin Tarantino movie. Really good, although a hard R, so be careful. Shawshank Redemption, obviously you should see that. That's a very uplifting movie. It's about prison. Cool Hand Luke, one of my all-time favorites. That's an older movie starring Paul Newman, and that's another prison flick. Memento, which is done by the same guy that did Inception. It's a really interesting kind of neo noir crime film about a guy who cannot remember anything that happened uh, in the short term. The last thing he remembers is his wife being murdered, and so he's searching to find her killer. And he's got clues tattooed all over his body. It's really good. You got to watch it. It'll mess with your head though. Seven, which is a horror film or a psychological thriller. Again, another hard R. Be careful when you watch that. Um, let's see what else. I mean, those are Get Shorty, which is a crime slash action, but mostly a comedy starring John Travolta. It was right after he did Pulp Fiction when he was still cool. That's another good one. Um, Wes Anderson is one of my favorite directors. If you want to check out some of his movies, Royal Tenenbaums is absolutely one of my all-time favorite films. It's hilarious and also touching in points, but it's really good and has a great soundtrack. Fantastic Mr. Fox is another Wes Anderson. That's an animated film. Um, let's see, off the top of my head, is there anything else? I think that's it for now. Uh, or go to AFI and look at their lists and start checking movies off. If you're into movies, there are certain ones everyone should see. I would start with that top 10 and work my way back from there. So, okay, that's it for me. That's all I have. And I had a good semester with you guys. Miss the hell out of you. Wish we could have ended in school. You guys are missing out on the Cup finals and, of course, the airing of Grievances, which would have been amazing. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys have a great summer. Those of you who are seniors, good luck and God bless. I know you'll do great things. If I can ever do anything to help you out, let me know. And those of you who will be back next year, please come and visit. Don't be a stranger. And that's it for me. Peace and love, guys.